Absolutely is. T1 and KT 1-1. Match point on the line for both sides, and a lot of new champions being brought into the fold, courtesy of the Fearless Draft, the Viego. I'm looking at the Mundo, the Syndra. So much to keep our eyes on in this game 3.
Because maybe doing some poking, but I don't think an actual contest is in the works here.
As long as he has his passive up,
Peter is.
he's not too worried. Hex Drake down. BDD waiting in the darkness. Multi-man. The CC layering is there. Doctem on the way in, but he's only level 4. Owner now running for his life. Forced to flash away. Ulti comes out from Faker. He doesn't have a lot of mana left. The Dark Sphere hitting, slowing Faker down. The chase coming through, but they really don't have what they need. Ulti there. His power unleashed. The weak scattered. And first blood for KT.
Opponent is going to mean Cuz has an inside route and access to the alligator, though.
That's a Mundo with red buff.
Yeah,
Doran.
and Syndra's coming.
Doran.
He's just dead.
You only have one piece of
He's
CC.
cornered.
Yeah, that doesn't work on him. He's going where he pleases. Doran, I think this might not have been what you wanted. BDD on the way, hoping to get this donated. Doran, I think
Well, he's stalling.
Barnott might be in the game, but this is certainly a magical journey for Doran as
Trying for the execute. It's all he can do, but not going to happen.
well.
It's important to choose your timings when you go to
Yes,
proxy.
and also a reminder that no matter what you see in a world final, it's not always going to work in solo queue.
There's some lockdown because it's there, and Mundo
That's a
known
hard
to
steal.
be unbothered.
Continuing to do
That's a
decent
lot of
damage.
damage.
Infernal, good damage as well. Lock up there, but Owner going is unstoppable. Peter caught out for a brief moment, immediately going to be forced to ult. That's the Unbreakable. The flash, it doesn't connect. The Q doing absolutely nothing means T1 are able to walk away. A bit of a fumble from Peter, but it doesn't cost KT much yet. Gumayusi standing on the backside, ready to transcend if he needs to. Doctem going all in to try to stop him from getting his fight. Owner on the way in, looking for the reset to keep the fights going. BDD going over, wants to kill Owner, but Owner lives for an extra second. The stun to turn it back. Owner taking over BDD, but the stun does not connect, and Peter's now running. Cuz locked down in the meantime. Perfect is finally here, but it might not matter. Reset on the ulti from Owner means he gets to back away, but the health bars are low across all of T1 KT. This is an insane gamble. Objective lower and lower, and Cuz is taking unstoppable for Perfect. Gets a bit more space. Carrier still living. Doctem on the way in, and Guma set the fall. Down goes the 80 carry. Doctem on the way out. The TP in. Fish in a barrel, and it's time for KT to start free firing. T1 thought they had the edge, but in the end, it's KT who take the Drake and the play.
Okay.
Yeah, on track, looking good. And I gotta say, Owner, he gets the Kraken Slayer. Uh-oh, Gumayusi has not decided to ult. Doctem might be in trouble here. Knockup does not connect. Peter trying to get a bit more space, and Cuz is on the way in. All of T1 forced to retreat. Maximum dosage popped just to get him in range as BDD then now collapsing on the side lane. Multiple pieces of CC stun. Initial lockup into Owner is decent. BDD trying to turn back. Sidestep does not work. Owner taking the kill. Means that they're going to get first setup on the Herald. Now there is still vision here from T1 if they do opt to contest.
Oh, there's the TP. There's the flank.
Be from behind, flashing forward. Carry's going to find the knock on the Doctor, but Peter beautifully stopping the initial engage. Doran from behind, though, more than enough to knock down that 80 carry. KT running.
Huge TP flank. What? It turns into more.
Peter flash out, reset from Owner. Unstoppable for a moment. Owner setting up for the angle, but he's not going to overcommit. Reset on the ulti, taking him out as T1 start the objective.
And a big mistake there from the KT support. Doctem getting caught. That's just a good play. Nice flank there from T1, but then Peter stepping forward and Cousin BDD trying to look for a kill on the opposite end.
And unlike the Sivir, this is a champion that I think has the mobility, the tools to really start taking over. You can see he's already getting the confidence to just step right up into Doctem's face, even in the face of that Trinity Force.
And Dragon is going to be picked up here by KT. Camtech definitely high value, but you do give up the topside turret. This gold lead for T1 getting larger and larger as Carrier not sitting on
Peter,
Smite.
Hex Flash, Pulverize, knocks Carrier back over the wall, and here comes Doctem. Down goes Carrier. A little bonus kill on top of the Drake, certainly nice to have. Very likely to just have to concede this tower. So KT get the Drake, they get a kill. The Redemption now used as well, and it's on Doran to instantly delete this wave. It's working out well so far, but can he keep his life? TP's coming in from the side of T1, but it's just Faker and Guma off to the side. They don't have the tools to keep the fight going. KT going to respond. All of T1 now retreating. Nayat scatter to clear out the rest of the wave. It'll be a chunk of damage, but the tier 1 will not drop.
Nicely done by KT to parlay that pick into an extra kill.
Oh, they're pincering them.
KT losing control of that Tri-Brush is big. Scatter going wide, also massive. It's a huge cooldown. At this point in the game, Perfect over the wall with the blast cone. Knocks back Guma. Redemption going down. Cuz holding onto the maximum dosage as long as he can, but it's Faker off to the side. Not too isolated. 5K on the Drake. Getting lower. Eyes on Peter. The Alistair to make the play as Faker tries to zone away. KT, it's Peter in the clutch. Scattered to fall, but the fall of damage is not there. Exhausted is Faker. And Carrier tries to turn it back, but he's all by his lonesome. Doran cannot get into the back line. KT managed to find the initial kill. It's Perfect starts to pop off. Guma missing completely. They get the Drake, but it might cost T1 everything.
He flashes into the wall, and that might be the Otacon going over to KT.
Cuz continuing to go where he damn well pleases. T1 forced back.
About losing that dragon because they get the gold and they get the Otacon in the aftermath. I think that was critical that T1 made split calls here.
They have to be careful of moving into the choke, and they know what Owner trying to approach from another side. The potential for BDD to line up a multi-man scatter for it to end the fight in a blink of an eye is massive, but once again, it's the flank that they're looking for. But it's Doran caught out! BDD unleashing his power. Cuz using the maximum dosage as KG start to push into Gumayusi. He's ultless. He's helpless. There's nothing he can do. Mundo pushing further and further into T1's back line.
KT are doing it! The stun from BDD. Right.
Coming in from BDD, well called. Potential 50-50. The Mundo damage.
Owner.
The auto carrier trying to zone. Peter on the way and wants to knock them out of the fight. The objective getting lower and lower, but off T1! Deleted! In the blink of an eye! KT! Take everything!
And the scatter from BDD will not let them pass.
Is there. Doctum does not fall. And KT, they've got Baron, they've got a 4,000 gold lead. They also have the Otacon buff still. Roster with Doctum, Peter, and Perfect all being subbed out at various different times of the year for them to work back to this point. Inspirational stuff. KT, can they do it?
We saw it in the previous game. T1 was almost able to find their way back. Kuma doesn't have a third on him yet, though. That execution is not quite there. And trying to play a pick comp from behind is known to be an exercise in futility. Look at Perfect. He's not afraid.
T1 have to be careful. A single scatter connects, and it all could fall apart.
Going steady as this bot lane inhib certain to fall. You see T1 as well. They're accepting it. Doran maybe trying to trade an inner and top. Cuz just getting a crab for his efforts, as now the free item spikes have been hit for Faker, for Owner, and for Guma.
Peter. KT waiting off to the side. T1 see an opportunity. Doran continuing to push in the top lane. T1 want to just keep KT around, deny these resets. But there's no real major example. Faker caught out by Peter. Cuz on the way in, but nothing's going to come from it. Ulti goes from Faker, and Peter's just going to walk away. Again, no major objective, so it's not a big deal, but T1 have to be careful.
The top side secondary tower for Doran, in addition to the red buff, plus this outer tower as well. So a little bit of gold back in their favor, but KT,
Like this, it was the three of us. JDG looked like they had them on the ropes, and they're found to come back as the TP comes in.
TP from behind, they want to catch out Perfect. Perfect can try and use Doran as an escape route. Carrier has to be careful, but Pathmaker already used means that Perfect is in trouble. Q3 back through, using Carrier now to escape. Perfect on his way out. It's not the Rek'Sai, but once again, it feels like he's going to escape. All of KT looking to collapse. Eyes on Faker and Doran as Perfect flashes out to safety. That's the ulti used by Guma. KT pulling back, keeping Perfect alive. Doran wants to make the difference. Cuz goes in! T1 making it happen. Guma fails to flash. It stops the fight from going through. Doran getting whittled down. And in the end, it's Cuz again who refuses to drop. Peter with the CC. I cannot believe it. KT holding on as T1 in the end might finally get to the moon. Now, no!
who comes out ahead? The scrap Faker trying to chase down the extra kill, but so is Cuz. We get the shutdown.
But it's the deficit that they're in that makes that close. In a normal situation, that catch just ends it. BDD will get caught.
If T1 take a fight and lose, KT will immediately end the game. T1, the pressure point is on them. KT have baited them into the trap. Peter from the darkness finding Doran, but not the ideal carry as Guma and Faker are still untouched for now. Gravity field to lock them up. Maximum dosage. Cuz getting lower, but still living. The Mundo refusing to die, and Gumayusi drops. KT taking it across the finish line. Faker forced back. The bot lane open. The TP there for BDD. KT moving to match point.
The KT roller coaster keeps going up and up.
We're still not done. KT about to go up match point in the telecom war in the world's final